How's it going, guys? Today is the 15th, April 15th, new comic book day. I picked up 9 books today, 2 back issues, and 7 new. So let's get into it. As it's been like the past couple weeks, and it's going to continue throughout the summer, I am really scaling back on Marvel and DC, mostly because DC's doing Convergence stuff, and Marvel's doing all this, starting to move into all this Secret Wars stuff, and I'm staying away from all of that. So we'll see how many Marvel and DC books I continue to pick up over the next couple months. Once DC relaunches a bunch of those titles, I'm going to be trying Hellblazer. I might try the Dr. Fate book. But other than that, I don't think there's going to be a ton for me. So we'll see. But from Marvel today, a book that I'm still a little behind on. This is Uncanny X-Men number 33. But I know we have to be sort of nearing a completion for this book because Brian Michael Bendis is jumping off once Uncanny hits, what is it, 600? So I don't know if it's the next issue or the issue after that, but I believe it's the one right before Secret Wars starts. So he will be jumping off Uncanny and All New at that point. I don't know what I'm going to do post Secret Wars. Depends what's going on with the X-Men. If I'm getting any Marvel books, it'll more than likely be whatever the flagship X-Men book is at that point. I would imagine they'll continue with Uncanny, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm a little behind on that book, so I don't really know what's going on in it right now, but I think I've got 3, maybe 4 issues to read to get caught up. And then the other Marvel book is Thor number 7. This has been really awesome since I picked it up. I think I picked it up around issue 4, and then I got caught up on the past 3 issues. I've been really enjoying this book so far, and we're nearing a point where we're going to find out who the female Thor is. I've heard a lot of speculation, and I have my own theories, but we'll see. It is a shame, though, that this is a victim of Secret Wars, and the title is going to end. I know that the female Thor is going to be in, is it a new Avengers book? But I don't know. It's not for me. Once this book's done, I'm more than likely done with the character for now. And then that's all the books from the big 2. I have a couple Dark Horse books, a couple Image books, and some other stuff. I'll start with the 2 back issues. This is Witches number 3 and number 4. That's number 3 and number 4. I actually picked up number 1 and number 2 as they came out, and I wasn't a big fan then, so I went back and reread them, and I think I enjoy it a little more now than I did when they originally came out. I'm still not a big fan of how Jock's artwork is colored in this book. I am a big fan of Jock's artwork, but for some reason, something about how Matt Hollingsworth is coloring it makes me less of a fan. But we'll give these 2 a shot. Issue 5 came out a couple weeks ago. My shop was out of that one, so I have to track that down. And then the rest of these books are all new from this week. A couple Dark Horse books to start. This is 8, number 3 of 5. This book has been absolutely fantastic. I've said it the past couple times. It's come out. Albuquerque's artwork is amazing. I believe he's also doing the writing on this book. He's helping plot. So, but for the most part, this book's been really awesome. I'm torn. I'm not sure if I'm glad it's a 5-issue mini or not. With miniseries, I've read quite a few that are good lately, and I've read a couple stories that were supposed to be minis but were changed into ongoings after the fact, and to me, Ghosted is a good example where the book sort of loses its feel because it's extending beyond what the writer planned for it. So I think I'm glad that it's stopping. I'm really interested to see where it goes in the last couple issues. And then also we have BPRD number 130. I'm a couple issues behind on this. I decided to keep with the singles, but I'm going to let them pile up so I can read like maybe a story arc or a couple story arcs all together. I retain it, and I get a lot more out of BPRD when I'm reading it in chunks. So there's that. We got a couple Image books, but first, this is Sabrina number 2. It's a miracle. This book originally came out around Halloween, I think, and now we're finally getting issue number 2 in April. So I don't know. I hope that it continues to be good. The artwork in this book, I think it's David Hack that does the artwork in here. I believe that's his name. Robert Hack. the artwork is fantastic, and I've heard some really good things about this, that it's really good, so I have high hopes. But if we're gonna get an issue every 6 months, I mean, I don't know if I can stick with it. But really awesome Francavilla cover on this one as well. I didn't ask for that one, but my shop owner just set it aside because he knows how much of a fan of Francavilla I am. And the only #1 this week is RunLoveKill. I know absolutely nothing about this, so I can't speak to what the story's about, but I did see some complaints online about the cover, at least in some previews and like early reviews that I read. But I am a giant fan of that cover, super simplistic, but I think so. It looks really awesome. It definitely has a different feel than the interiors, artwork style, and also with the coloring. But this is an 8-issue series, so I'll read this one and give it a shot. It seems like I'm picking up more and more miniseries. And then here's another one. This is Chrononauts #2. This is a 4-issue mini written by Mark Miller and artwork by Sean Murphy. Not a huge fan of everything that Sean Murphy does. I find that Punk Rock Jesus, his artwork in Punk Rock Jesus, I'm not crazy about. I think it's because it's black and white. In this book, the way it's colored is nice, and oddly enough, it's Matt Hollingsworth doing colors on this book as well. But yeah, I am a fan of Sean Murphy's artwork in this book. I wasn't crazy about the first issue. It was okay. The main characters to me don't seem very likable, and I hope that changes in this issue. They just seemed like huge douchebags in the first one, so we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. Being only 4 issues, I mean, it's easy to keep going with it. So, well, that's all the new books for this week. I haven't had a back issue video or anything in a while. I haven't been buying a whole lot of books other than like my normal weekly stuff, just because I have some other things coming up. Motor City's coming up in a few months, or in a few weeks now, actually, about a month or so. So I don't know, I'm just saving for that, and interested in other places. But I'm in to go because the Stanley Cup playoffs start tonight. Wings don't play tonight; they play tomorrow. But I will be watching some games. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I will talk to you again soon.